What is up, everyone? My name is Jake Fine, and today we are going to talk about how to play this. Okay, so let's get started on the tutorial. So the first chord we are going to play is an E major 7th chord, and I'm going to put the chord chart right around here, I think. We're going to bar the 7th fret from the A string down and build the major 7 chord. Now, an important technique that is good to know for this piece is the technique called a hammer-on. And I talk about it in my video that is how to spice up your acoustic guitar playing, but we're going to use it on the electric right now. So, when we hammer on, we basically pluck the note, and then we use another finger and press it down on a fret to then make the note that is that new fret that we're pressing on. And we're going to employ that right here when we play the major 7, right? Because we're barring with the index, we have room to hammer on with the finger. We're going to do it with our pinky. So we're going to go like this, right? So plucking the chord without the pinky, strumming the chord without the pinky, and then hammering on with the pinky. And then following that, we're going to pluck with the pick, pluck the very bottom string, the high E. Next thing we're going to do is do a little slap to kind of make a little exclamation mark, so to speak. It's a staccato chord. Right? So now we have that beginning. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to imply what is called a 2-5-1 chord progression. Now, without getting too much into the theory of it, this is what the full chord would sound like. Right? But instead of playing that full chord progression, we're going to do it just on the top strings of the guitar. We're going to continue to bar on the 7th fret here. We're going to do a hammer on with the ring finger on the 9th fret, and this is very common in neo soul. You've probably heard it before. So we hammer on, take it off, and pluck what we're barring on the high E string. And now to imply that 2-5-1 sound, we're going to play the 3rd of the 5 in the 2-5-1. Right? We're going to maintain the bar chord here and play on the 9th fret with our ring finger, just one string up. So. Next chord we're going to play is an A major 7 chord, right? Index finger on the 5th fret, ring finger 2 strings down, 6th fret. Pinky finger under it on the 6th fret. And then on the 5th fret on the B string, we have the middle finger. That completes our A major 7 chord. So. Next chord is going to be an A minor 6 chord, it looks like, right? So we're going to switch this out so the middle finger is on the 5th fret of the low E string, right? Our index finger is 2 strings down on the D string on the 4th fret. Then we're going to bar these last frets on the 5th fret. So we have those two chords. They have a great relationship to each other, right? A lot of movement between them. What we're going to do is between the chords, we're going to do kind of a muting technique in which after we strum the chord, we use our fingers here. We lightly touch them to the strings, and then we use the pick to do a little bit of a drum rhythm, right? We're just going to go down, up, down. So A major 7, down, up, down. A minor 6, down, up, down. Or possibly A minor 6, down, up, up. Both are kind of acceptable in this situation. So, now we have. All right, now we're actually almost halfway there. The next thing we do is we start exactly the same way. So the E major 7 chord, same thing, that little staccato. right? The next thing we're gonna do is imply a bunch of these 2-5 chord progressions, but we're gonna do it in a very passing way. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna slide up to what we call a minor 7 chord, in which we have the middle finger on the 9th fret, and we skip one string, and then from the D string downward, also on the 9th fret with our ring finger, we are barring. And all we're gonna do is strum that and slide all the way down while maintaining our grip on our left hand. Now, this isn't proper 2-5s technically, but it invokes the feeling of it, right? It invokes this feeling. Or. So that's pretty cool. So what we're gonna do, right, is then slide down to the A major 7 again. Now this time we're gonna do the A major 7, but we're gonna leave the bottom open. We're gonna take our middle finger off, and we're gonna strum the open B and the open E. Which sounds really nice, really warm and very wide. Okay, same, we're gonna do the muting. Then to the minor 6. All right, so. Oops, I even forgot that. Right. Now we kind of go into the B section of the song. So when we go into the B section, we're going to take our minor 7 chord shape we were using up here. We're going to take it to the 4th fret. So it's going to be exactly the shape. The only difference is we are adding our pinky on the B string on the 5th fret. It's really cool. It has this feeling of like stacked fourths over here. It's a little bit modally ambiguous. Right? The qualities of it are a little bit uncertain, which I really like. So we're going to strum that in a staccato way, emphasizing, what is it, every 3 beats? I'm not sure. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After we do that, we're going to learn a new chord shape. So this chord shape is when you take a major triad in which, right, generally you would have your ring finger, let's say, on the 9th fret, the middle finger, on the 9th fret of the D string, the middle finger on the 8th fret of the G string, one string under it, and then the index finger on the 7th fret of the B string. That's a major triad, right? Closed major triad. But we're gonna take our ring finger away, put our pinky where it was, we still have a major triad, and then 2 strings up on the same fret, 2 strings up from where we have the pinky, we're now going to put the ring finger. It's a really great sound, right? It's a, I guess what we call generally a 4/5 sound, I believe. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that chord, we're going to slide it from the 7th fret up to the 9th fret. Slide it down to the 7th fret, up to the 12th fret, up to the 14th fret. This chord is very movable. I think that's why people like it. Once again, a kind of ambiguous chord. You don't always know where it's headed depending on how you use it. So, 2, 3, 4. So, the second section is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Next thing we have, what do we have next? Same minor 7 shape on the 2nd fret. Right, that's an F sharp minor 7. Back to our little ambiguous passing chord here, right, which is a minor 7 with a sharp 5, right, but it also kind of has a feeling of being a first inversion like E. Oops, without that top note. So we have this minor 7 shape, we're strumming it, we move up. Now, for this next one, we're not going to do a major 7 chord, right? We're going to do actually, I guess it would be called a 9/6 chord. Looks like this. Basically, it's exactly the same shape as this, but we're doing a little bit of the kind of acrobatics with our finger. Our ring finger is going to go where this was on the 5th fret. We're going to bar this with the index finger, and we're going to put the middle finger on the 5th fret. That's what it sounds like. So to the minor 6. Now it's a little bit hard to explain the ending that I did because it kind of has what we call an enclosure followed by an augmented arpeggio, right? So we have this little jazz enclosure. Basically, we're aiming for this note, but we're using the enclosure to use chromaticism around the note and land on it. Then from there, we're descending in an augmented arpeggio, moving down to the note that is in the key, down the scale, and then we do another enclosure. We're trying to get to the 3rd of the key, which is this, right? So we're going, using that chromaticism. So there's the enclosure, augmented triad, down the scale, enclosure up to the 3rd, and then an E major 9 chord, which is open, middle on 7, index on 6, pinky on the 8th fret, ring finger on the 7th fret, open E, and there you have it. That is the whole piece. Feel free to comment any questions, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.